it reminded me a little bit of building a scare.
Sure,
Like it's
yeah.
a certain kind of like precision to get it exactly right, so that the audience is like has that level of yearning for a certain outcome.
Morgan plays this mom who puts aside her ambitions for the love of her family, and Dave Jonah is this longtime friend who longs for something more. I would love to know what the two of you each personally took away from your characters, sort of like what I gave up for love and family sort of sacrifice.
What I've realized in talking about this film is that younger me was very much like Jonah, where he was this like sweet guy who really kind of put others before himself. And I think what I've kind of grown into is what Jonah grows into at the end of the movie, which is someone who does finally like stand up for himself and take some risks and realize like, hey, I want to go after this girl. I'm gonna do it. I don't care what the repercussions are. I gotta go after what I want.
Yeah, I feel like we both. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. We both used our personal life experience to inform the way we played the characters in the movie. Which is interesting because Morgan has like lived more life than I have, and she's raised a teenager. My guy's just about to turn 4, so I'm not there yet. You're like way ahead of me. But being able to apply some of the stuff that I've learned through my life about showing up authentically, following your heart, figuring out what you want, and parenting obviously helped me find my way through this part.
When you read the script, was there a particular scene that made you stop and think, this is the heart of who Chris is?
Yeah, I mean, look, I really looked at him as an amazing father. Maybe not such a great husband, but a great father, and I kind of leaned into that, and that was sort of like the North Star for this character.
Your characters that you play, that you love to play, seem to live in these shades of gray.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like heroes with cracks or villains with reasons. I would love to know, what draws you to those roles as opposed to playing like the straight up good guy. I can imagine how fun they must be.
Just, I think any character with real layers, that sort of mirrors what real life is like. Nobody's just one thing, even when you see great villains in film, they're layered, complex characters. They a lot of times are, there's a lot of likable qualities about those people, but they're all, they also have a lot of flaws too, and I think that's just humans in general.
Well, Dave, you said that, you were really excited to try something new with this film. How much did this new terrain feel uncomfortable, but also good for you here?
Yeah, I mean, a big draw for me was being a part of this genre that I've never done before, kind of a romantic drama, and this character that feels slightly different than other parts I've played, where this guy's like this very like sweet, earnest guy, and that's a rare thing for me to play. And but I don't know if I ever felt uncomfortable. It's like, I've obviously like done romantic things in other movies, and I've done dramatic things in other movies. And I think because I've known our director Josh for a long time, and because the cast just gelled really well, it never felt uncomfortable. It was more just exciting to try something new.
We all felt like we felt like visitors in a genre we'd never been in before, because none of us have ever like done romantic dramas before. We've done a lot of horror as a cast, and so it was like we're fans of the genre. We love doing it. We've done beats of it in our other projects, but doing a whole movie, we were kind of like giddy to try it. And some of it is kind of almost scientific, like when you're working on horror, timing those glances and getting the tension to build up correctly, like. It reminded me a little bit of building a scare.
Sure,
like it's a certain kind of like precision to get it exactly right, so that the audience is like has that level of yearning for a certain outcome.
Well, you've worked with all kinds of directors throughout your career. What is something with Josh that made you feel really safe to kind of try something different?
Well, I don't know how different this one was for me, but I will say Josh is great. He's a very steady hand, knows what he wants, very calm, cool customer. And that's what you want from a director. You want someone who really knows what they want and is kind of unwavering in that vision, but you also don't want someone who's a psychopath. You want like a really nice, steady guy to keep the ship right.
You both ugly cried in this movie. You both made me ugly cry in this movie. So
thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank you.